to doing. Okay, so let's translate all of this already into the integration of technology into the delivery of our plan. Okay, so sabi ko nga, if the framework, if TPAC, kailangan klaro muna ano ang ituturo. At ang ating ituturo na ayon po ito sa ating vision, mission, the PSG, the course learning outcomes, program learning outcomes, according to the curriculum map and so on. So how are we going to teach then? Okay, and develop and come up with some of the activities for our distance learning. So how do online learning, flexible learning naman ang nakalagay dyan, differ from the other types of materials that we're going to have. Okay, so tingnan po natin ano yung mga dapat na strategies na ating titingnan. Are there materials that we can use to develop, to engage our students fully in our online class? And then what are some techniques that we're going to use in order for us to promote effective, meaningful learning on the web or using virtual tools? Okay, so let's try to remember that when we're going to use any material online or offline, that there should always be a proper designing of our instructional materials. So again, regardless of the modality, dapat pa rin na sumusunod tayo sa instructional design. I was able to observe some faculty who are just uploading a material without following an instructional design. So the students are confused as to what to do first, what to do next, why will I need to do that? Hindi sumusunod sa instructional design. So these are very important requirements in teaching. Kaya nga tayo merong principles and methods of teaching, and under methods are strategies and techniques, right? But then again, let us remember there is this so-called approach, which is the broader, okay, perspective of how teaching is. And of course, I know that you will agree with me that we do not just teach from nowhere. We should teach guided by an approach, okay, whether it's exploratory or explanatory approach. These things are very important. So let us remember that when we do teach virtually, that our functions or our responsibilities when we were teaching our students in the face-to-face should be carried out by what we do virtually with our students, in even the materials that we are using, in even the technological tools that we are using should still support, okay, the doing of all of our responsibilities or tasks as teachers. So in the face-to-face classes, ano ba yung ginagawa natin? We do try our very best to motivate our students to focus. So ganun din po in a virtual class. Kailangan pa rin na i-define natin ano ba ang dapat nilang matutunan. Bakit nila kailangan matutunan? Sinasabi po natin yan. Maaring hindi natin sinasabi, nandun na mismo sa ating LMS or sa ating virtual classroom. Why do we need to let our students understand what they should learn and appreciate in our class? Because that is only the time when they will appreciate and find meaning. Kung hindi natin kaklaruhin yon sa ating mga materials, hindi yun mangyayari. And because ngayon nga, not every time we do meet our students virtually, then this should already be articulated through our learning materials posted in our Google Classroom or in our Canvas Classroom or Neo LMS classrooms in the rest. So what do we do in a face-to-face class? We explain, di ba? We ask questions. So dapat mangyari din ba yan sa virtual? Yes, it should happen in a virtual class. How will I do it? Asynchronously. Okay, yun yung mga ituturo natin mamaya. We provide advices, okay? We help them in some of their individual problems and so on. We provide feedback, then that should happen also virtually. So I've been sharing this po na we always learn this in curriculum development, that we always follow an instructional design whenever we do teach. Well, of course, there are specific designs for languages and so on, but there are also very generic instructional designs that we are supposed to be following. And this is one of the best way by which we're going to organize our virtual classroom. Kailangang may disenyo ang ating virtual classroom. Dahil kung walang disenyo, walang instructional design, then learning will not happen. Okay? So we should structure still the way we deliver our classes following a unit structure so that when we do teach, very clear sa ating mga estudyante ano ang dapat nilang matutunan. Okay, kaya nga kanina I started with that. So the proposal that was submitted by Ma'am Thelma also, nandito ang rational. Lahat naman di ba? Kailangang may rational, klaro ang outcomes. Even in preparing a multimedia presentation, PowerPoint presentation in particular, you do not just present the slide with a title and then discuss immediately. Okay? You should always start with a slide when you do storyboarding to engage your students, to allow them to put value or to value, appreciate the time that they are with you so that they will listen. Okay? Although sa ngayon, ang hirap talaga dahil meron tayong mga webinar fatigue, di po ba? Okay? Kaya sa akin, okay lang na naiintindihan ko na nagmumultitasking tayo. Kasi ganyan naman ang mga professors, ang mga instructors, kayang-kaya natin yan. So some of you maybe, dahil na-miss ko ang break, ay nakapag-break na, that's okay naman because we are closing our videos also. So ang dapat din na mangyari virtually ay we conduct the lesson. How are we going to conduct the lesson? We combine both online, di ba? Synchronous and asynchronous. Papakita ko mamaya sa inyo ang sample. And then stage 3. Siyempre, paano mo malalaman kung naintindihan ka o kay may natutunan? Evaluate. I'd like to reiterate, okay, na sa assessment, the principle is you cannot evaluate what you did not teach. And when we speak of evaluation, when we speak of measurement, yung nagpo-quantify tayo sa performance, hindi pwede na i-quantify mo ang performance ng isang estudyante na hindi mo naman itinuro yung bagay na yun. So yun ang ating tandaan. That's not fair. Yung sasabihin mo na, hindi, to test naman if knowledgeable sila dun sa susunod nilang subject. Hindi, iti-test yan ng susunod na subject. But that can be done in formative assessment, which I will explain this afternoon. Formative assessment po yung mga yun at hindi po yung dapat ini-iskuran. Kung ang gusto mo lang namang malaman ay kung saang level ang alam nila. Okay, ano ang content standards na alam nila. So ang sabi dito, in distance learning, whether it is a print material or whether we are to have it be facilitated through an LMS, a virtual classroom, computer-based po siya or web-based, that this is supposed to be the general design, okay? Ito ang general design, although these are the specific designs, samples lang ito, okay? Ang DepEd, maraming level, yung mga what is new, what I know, mga ganong level yan, ang DepEd. Sa amin in St. Louis University, we're following the 5E. Meron pang 7E, di ba? Okay, itong Ganye's Events of Instruction, which is being followed by the Schools of Law, 9 levels yan. Okay, so alam kong kilala nyo si Ganye sa mga taga-teacher ed. So maraming level.